The ancient civilization of the Aztecs, which thrived in Mesoamerica between the 14th and 16th centuries, is often remembered for its grand architecture, sophisticated culture, and its deeply rooted spiritual beliefs. Yet one aspect of their society continues to baffle historians and archaeologists alike: the gruesome practice of human sacrifice. At the heart of Aztec religion were their gods, deities who demanded both devotion and blood. These gods were believed to hold the power to control the forces of nature and the fate of humanity, and the Aztecs believed that their gods required nourishment, not in the form of food or drink, but through human lives. This article delves into the bloody rituals of the Aztecs, uncovering the true extent of their human sacrifices, the significance behind them, and what may have really transpired during these ceremonies. Aztec mythology was rich and complex, with a pantheon of gods that represented every aspect of life and death. These gods were thought to influence everything from the growth of crops to the rise and fall of empires. Among the most revered and feared was Huitzilopochtli, the god of the sun and war. The Aztecs believed that Huitzilopochtli was engaged in a constant battle with darkness, and without regular sacrifices, the sun would fail to rise, plunging the world into chaos. The blood of human beings was seen as the fuel that kept this cosmic battle in favor of the light. Another crucial deity was Tlaloc, the god of rain and fertility. Tlaloc was believed to have control over the rains that nourished the earth, and in order to ensure bountiful harvests, the Aztecs offered him sacrifices, often in the form of children. The cries of these young victims were thought to be pleasing to Tlaloc, symbolizing the tears of rain that would follow. Additionally, Tezcatlipoca, the god of night, fate, and conflict, and Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent and god of wisdom, played key roles in the Aztec belief system. While Quetzalcoatl was traditionally associated with peace, the contrast between him and other more warlike gods created a duality within Aztec spirituality that justified the practice of sacrifice as necessary to maintain balance. Aztec sacrifices were not random acts of violence. They were carefully orchestrated events meant to serve both religious and political purposes. The most common form of sacrifice was heart extraction, a method believed to provide the gods with the purest form of human essence. Victims, who were often prisoners of war, slaves, or individuals given as tribute by other states, were brought to the top of massive temple pyramids, such as the Templo Mayor in Tenochtitlan, the Aztec capital. The victim would be laid on a stone slab, their bodies stretched out, while a priest, wielding a sharp obsidian blade, would cut open their chest and pull out their still-beating heart. This heart would then be offered to the god, often held up toward the sun before being placed in a sacred vessel. The body of the victim was then either thrown down the steps of the temple or used in other ceremonial purposes, including ritual cannibalism. In some cases, entire festivals were dedicated to specific gods and involved large numbers of sacrifices. During the Tlacaxipehualistli festival, for example, which honored Xipetotec, the god of agriculture and rebirth, victims were flayed, and their skins were worn by priests in a symbolic act of renewal. While it is impossible to know the exact number of people sacrificed by the Aztecs, historical accounts and archaeological evidence suggest that the scale of these rituals was staggering. According to some Spanish conquistadors who witnessed these events, the Aztecs may have sacrificed thousands of individuals in a single ceremony. For example, during the dedication of the Templo Mayor in the year 1487, it is said that up to 80,000 prisoners of war were sacrificed over a period of 4 days. While this figure is likely exaggerated, It underscores the intensity and frequency of these rituals. The large-scale nature of these sacrifices served multiple purposes beyond religious devotion. Human sacrifice was also a means of demonstrating power. By conducting such ceremonies in public, often during festivals attended by foreign dignitaries, the Aztecs sent a clear message to surrounding tribes. They were strong, ruthless, and favored by the gods. Furthermore, the practice of taking prisoners for sacrifice encouraged a state of perpetual warfare, known as the Flower Wars, which were specifically designed to capture live prisoners rather than kill enemies in battle. From a modern perspective, the practice of human sacrifice seems brutal and inhumane, but for the Aztecs, it was a vital part of their worldview. The Aztecs believed in a cyclical universe where the gods had sacrificed themselves to create humanity, and in return, humans were obligated to offer their lives back to the gods. The myth of the five suns, central to Aztec cosmology, told of how the gods sacrificed themselves to keep the world in motion. To the Aztecs, the continuation of life depended on the regular flow of human blood. Human sacrifice was also intertwined with their political system. It reinforced the divine right of Aztec rulers and priests, who were seen as intermediaries between the gods and the people. By controlling who lived and who died, they maintained social order and upheld the Aztec Empire's dominance over its neighbors. When the Spanish conquistadors, led by Hernán Cortés, arrived in the year 1519, they were horrified by the scale of human sacrifice they witnessed. Although they initially marveled at the grandeur of Tenochtitlan, the Spanish used the Aztecs' religious practices as justification for conquest. They portrayed the Aztecs as barbaric and in need of salvation through Christianity. After the defeat of the Aztecs, the practice of human sacrifice was banned by the Spanish, who imposed Catholicism and dismantled the Aztec temples. However, the legacy of these rituals left a lasting impression, both on the historical record and on the culture of Mesoamerica. The Aztec practice of human sacrifice was deeply embedded in their religious beliefs, their political structure, and their understanding of the universe. It was not merely an act of cruelty, but a ritualistic necessity they believed sustained the cosmos. As shocking as these rituals may seem today, they reveal the lengths to which humans have gone throughout history to appease their gods and secure their place in the world. The blood-soaked altars of the Aztec temples stand as a haunting reminder of a civilization that was both highly advanced and profoundly spiritual, yet governed by the need to spill human blood to maintain cosmic balance. In the end, the fall of the Aztec Empire marked the end of these bloody rituals, but the fascination and horror surrounding their sacrifices continue to captivate historians and the public alike. What truly happened during those ceremonies may forever remain a mystery, but one thing is certain. For the Aztecs, human sacrifice was far more than just an offering. It was the very essence of life itself. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the fascinating world of Aztec rituals and other ancient mysteries, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more content that explores these intriguing topics. We love hearing from you, so don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. What did you find most shocking about the Aztec blood rituals? Let's start a conversation.